All right, so let me take you to school here. Jessica, my niece, undergrad student looking at potentially going into finance. So we're gonna treat this vlog as a little mini finance class. Here we go. San Francisco! Let's go! Here we go. For those of you who have ever wanted to raise money or understand how finance worked, understand how corporate finance worked, understand how the whole money raising thing goes, understand what jobs are there in finance, what the heck is finance as an industry, you're about to get a whole class on it. All right, little girl in the big city. What's up, Joss?
Morning.
Never been to a financial conference?
Nope.
All right, this will be fun. You will find, Jessica, one of the things that San Francisco is known for is hills.
These hills are so steep.
Holy cow. Well, I'm going to show up to this thing all sweaty. One more block to financial success. If only it were that easy. My niece Jessica, 21 years old, my sister's daughter, she was born 6 months after I made the very first LOVESAC, the very first one, the one that wasn't even called a LOVESAC, it was just a thing that I made. I went on my mission, I came back home, she's a 2-3-year-old when I started the company in 1998. The company's about as old as she is.
Yep.
And now I'm bringing her to go see a financial conference where we're looking to get funded to take LOVESAC to the next level. So if you ain't been following the vlog, you don't know what's going on, but you're about to find out. The Fairmont. All right, Jessica, before we go in, let me explain the landscape. So now investment banks, for those of you who aren't in, finance, and I never was until, I needed money to grow the company, have nothing to do with banks as we know it. Like the banks we grew up putting our money in, very little to do with investment banks. Investment banks, the easiest way to think of them, they're like, this is really crass and you're gonna hate me if you're in finance, but think of them as real estate agents for your company. So they're out there trying to sell your company, either your whole company or bits and pieces of it, or they're helping you buy other companies. That's what investment banks do. They help people make investments. They help people find investments. Find investment, right? In my case, they're helping me find investment. That's what investment banks do. They're paid a lot of money to do it. And we're here to have them connect us with investors. Oh yeah. So Jessica's sitting here, eavesdropping on our financial conversations with my lead investor, and I was just regaling her with what EBITDA is. So EBITDA is this phrase that gets thrown around like crazy in financial circles, and it's an acronym, right? EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. Okay, and basically what it means is it's the profitability of the business, right? So Jessica, what was your question? You said, is it what?
Is it net income?
Is it net income? So EBITDA is different than net income because net income comes at the very bottom of your P&L, and basically net income includes the fees and the interest that I would pay on the money it took to grow the business, as well as like depreciation. Like when I open a store, I pay $300,000, but I have to depreciate it over years. So EBITDA, just think of EBITDA as profitability, and it's the real operating profitability of the business, and it's what most investors use to judge businesses by. So when you hear this phrase thrown around a lot, EBITDA, you'll hear it all the time. If you're in financial circles, that's all it is. It just means profitability. It just means profitability, not including a bunch of the fees that the finance guys take for the most part and stuff like that. And it's a way to judge a business on its purest form. So net income will usually be lower because it's got all these other things packed into it. But EBITDA is where investors usually judge businesses. Lately in the tech world, it's been very popular to actually have a negative EBITDA business, like negative profitability, in search of just pure growth, like attacking the market, growing with companies like Casper, Peloton, Amazon, right? Growing unprofitably just for the sake of like dominating their category. and you can attract big investment even into the billions by doing that, which is crazy talk for traditional like consumer products brand investors who basically usually value businesses based on EBITDA. Like they'll take your EBITDA, your profit, and they'll multiply it by, let's say, 10. They'll say, hey, you made $2 million last year. Your business should be worth about $20 million. That's like a very simple way to look at valuation, but it's not the way it's working in the tech world. LOVESAC being the only solution for couches on the internet, we would love to be viewed as a tech company and be on that playing field. Not that we need to grow unprofitably because we're profitable, but that we want to be able to grow the company aggressively and not have to drive big earnings in the near term. And so we're in this transition right now from being viewed as like this mall-based, couch chain, beanbag chain, now selling couches, to being a tech company that has the only internet solution for couches.
Okay.
So there you go. EBITDA.
Cool.
What's it stand for?
Earnings per income.
Earnings before interest.
Interest?
Stop there. That's good enough. Close enough. EBITDA. So often at these events, Jessica, I would do like a pitch on the company. I'd have my PowerPoint deck. I'd have like a time on the board, like a time slot, and it would say, LOVESAC 11:30 in this room. And this is just a very efficient way for lots of investors, funds, people that invest money in companies like mine to come and understand very quickly what my company's about. And in this case, I just did this panel. Now I'm going to go do one-on-ones. So at these conferences, they're usually 2-day conferences. You spend the rest of the day doing one-on-ones where the investment bank will set up meetings with other investors on a one-on-one basis, and I'll walk them through that deck on a personal basis. We'll talk about the business. And so now you're going to sit through that.
Cool.
Remember, you chose this. You chose to ditch school for a financial conference. By the way, that's why she's going to be successful.
Hey, since our meeting the other day, literally I've seen 1,000 LOVESAC ads on TV.
Dude, so here's the coolest part about this, right? Those are the first LOVESAC TV ads in history.
They're awesome.
Ever. In our whole, is it working?
It's totally working. Except my daughter wants one. And I
Yes! Running test ads in the Bay Area. I haven't even seen these on TV.
Oh, they're awesome.
I mean, I've seen the ads, but like... So you've
awesome.
seen them? How cool is that?
I've seen 3.
4. Big things coming. That's why we're raising money. Visit these Bay Area stores for a demo and see why the LOVESAC Sactional is the world's most adaptable couch. All right, we're going to go drop in on this LOVESAC crew in San Francisco Center, downtown San Francisco, California. Our second newest LOVESAC store, just out here for the grand opening a couple months ago. We'll see how they're doing. What's going on, dudes? What's up, people? Okay, so San Francisco is our first ever test market for advertising.
People are definitely coming in saying, yeah, I saw it on TV. I wanted to check it out. It looked really cool.
All right, well, look at this place. Brand new LOVESAC store concept. It's all clean and well kept. All right, very good. Let's do a quick fluffing lesson because I think we could do a better job than that. Let's do this. You ready? All right. Let's see first if you can do this the right way before we take you to school. Oh, look at that. That looks better already. So why didn't it look that way when I walked in? What the heck? I'm so hard on these guys. It's terrible. All right. Pretty good. So here's my 2 cents on it. Here, you can film me. We'll do a little tutorial. All right, so to properly fluff a LOVESAC, right, this is pretty good. I'd say this is like 85%, 90% maybe. Pretty dang good, right? So you've got the seat at the right height because we want to make it so people look like they want to sit in it, right? So come closer, all right? So here's what we got to do. You want to hit area, which you already did, get the thing fluffy, and then down here by your knee, you do that little push, but instead of making a mouth that's going to eat me, you push it this way, and then you go this way, that way, and then watch what happens. You end up with this really cool little ice cream scoop. What does that look like? Looks like something I could sit in, and then people know what to do. And in fact, if you did it the right way, you should be able to read the LOVESAC logo, right? It's not like flip back and it's not up too high, flat. That's kind of the right angle. And then the nice thing is when people flop down, they're in exactly the right position. not to just like kick their feet up and chill out. I said it once, I'll say it again. The coolest thing, the single coolest thing about this particular company is the people. I get the opportunity to work with 450 or so of the coolest, most diverse group of talented, amazing people, and I love it. So look, at breakfast the other day in Salt Lake, when you mentioned you were debating between a career in finance, which you didn't really understand, and maybe going into consulting or business or whatever, it just occurred to me, holy crap, when I was your age, I didn't even know that finance and accounting were different things. I mean, they sounded the same to me. And being in Salt Lake City, now where I've raised my kids in Connecticut, 90% of the adult male population does finance for a living, makes a ton of money, and I didn't even know that you could do that. Basically selling money. All the money's in money. Or founding companies if you can actually turn them into something, right?
It's really, really fascinating. I don't know if it's exactly what I want to do with my life, but it definitely helps with the
But at least now you know what it is. And by the way, even if you don't go into finance, I mean, I'm not in finance, but we're doing it. Yeah, I'll take your picture.
I just don't know. I mean, you're not producing something. You're not working with people necessarily in the way that you're helping them grow and do things besides the fact that you're growing a company.
Oh, you're right. It's one of my biggest criticisms of finance is that it doesn't actually produce anything. Now, they would argue the liquidity they provide, in other words, the money that they put into the system so that companies like mine can grow, is necessary to provide to create all the jobs that I'm going to create at LOVESAC or anyone else is, right? And so that's how they produce. But I agree, man, it's cooler to make stuff, build stuff, sell stuff, provide jobs.
It's more creative.
Yes.
Too. It's more fun. You have to innovate. You have to solve a problem.
That's right.
I think one of the biggest things I took away from the panel today is that everybody who was actually in charge was solving a problem, innovating something, coming up with something, and
You are
I think
dead right.
that's more my
We're
more
gonna
my style.
try and catch a trolley, a San Francisco streetcar. Anyway, you are dead right, Jessica. Finance does not build things, although the money that finance provides does, and it's not for everybody. But if you choose to go that route, just remember, all the money's in money. It really is true, man. There's so much money to be made in finance. It's just weird, even though they don't produce the stuff that we do. What do you think, Jess? Bay Area?
It's tempting. Maybe I should look for jobs here.
Yeah. All right, Jessica, day one of the big Stifel Financial Conference. What's your biggest takeaway?
I learned that finance is way more involved than I thought it was.
Finance is fun!
Yeah, it's fun. It's cool.
And so has it changed your career trajectory or it made you
We'll
think?
see. It definitely opened my eyes to a lot of things, though, which is really cool. It's a good opportunity.
It's good. Jessica, I think, is coming to terms with the fact that she wants to be an operator, not just an investor or a financier, right?
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
think so.
All the toughest people are operators, like me. Running businesses, building businesses. We use their money. We use their money to grow these things. Go do big things.